Hello friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we're gonna do some affordable summer meal prep. Now, if you're like me, you don't like to do a lot of hot cooking in the summer, so this involves a little tiny bit of using the stovetop, but you can also use the grill or the griddle too, whatever you have. I'm not using my griddle today. I probably should, but I need to go get propane, and I'll be honest, I'm just a little too lazy to do that right now. I want to make these lunches and I actually want to eat one. So we're making two different lunches. Both are super high in protein, vegetarian meals. If you are plant-based, you can make them plant-based. I'll give you some suggestions to make them 100% plant-based in case you don't do vegetarian meals like I do. But first, do me a huge favor, give this video a huge thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into my kitchen and get some cooking done. Let's start with a little grocery haul slash ingredient haul, because not everything I have here today did I buy today. Like the sweet and spicy mustard and the relishes, you can see, are open. Those are just staples from the refrigerator. But everything else that I got here, I grabbed quickly from Target. Target's like one of my favorite places to shop. Let me know what's your favorite place to shop down in a comment below, but I love Target. We have a little onion. I got a whole bag of them, but I just pulled one out. Some baby carrots. I got 2 of the fage yogurts. Those are the 0%, and which means fat-free. And they're super high in protein. They're gonna add a lot of protein to our already high-ish protein lunches. I got a pound of green grapes. I got some classic Holy Guacamole minis. The reason I get these is because oftentimes when I get the actual avocado, they brown so fast and I don't use them all. This actually ends up saving me money. Even though it is a little bit more expensive, I don't waste anything. And these can also go in the freezer, and you can pull them out and thaw them, so I really like that. So I tend to buy these or the squeezable guacamole. I like those because it never goes to waste for me, so it's just convenient, and I like convenience. I also like not wasting food. We got some peppers. I got 1 red and 3 yellow. We have some corn and chickpeas, and then 2 blocks of tofu. I love the Good and Gather tofu. It is organic. I don't care if my food's organic or not. I'm not on that train bandwagon, but I love the extra firm. It's super good and the price is great. So that is what we're starting out with. We're making 2 different lunches today. And I feel like this is just screaming summer. So many fresh things. The only thing I would trade out is it's not obviously time for corn season yet when I'm making this video, but I would trade this out for regular sweet corn and make it so much better. But that's what we're starting with for ingredients. Of course, you can substitute for anything that you might like better, but this is just to give you some great summer lunch or dinner affordable meal ideas. All right, we're gonna start by chopping our red pepper and our onion. And this cutting board always scooches. My bigger ones don't do that, but this one, it scooches all the time. And I'm gonna put a towel under it so it stops moving. I know this is not technically Mexican street corn, but it's like my take on it. It sounded good. And I swear on TikTok and Instagram, I must be watching a lot of Mexican street corn because every other video is somebody sharing a recipe of it. And so I decided when I was at Target today, I was gonna grab a few ingredients and just kind of make something that sounded really good. This is really creamy. The avocado is so delicious. I'll show you what I'm doing with the extra avocado since I'm just using 1 for this. If you are plant-based, try the Kite Hill protein yogurt. It's high in protein. If you're wondering why I'm not using that one instead of this one, is because I did switch to a vegetarian diet. I get this question a lot. Over 9 months ago. And so if you haven't clicked on one of my videos in a while, I understand we're like, wait a second. I went from whole food plant-based. I ate that way for like 3.5 years. I did the no oil thing, and I just kind of got tired of it. And then I had a goal when I got pregnant to switch to a vegetarian diet just for personal reasons. I get a lot of questions on it, so I try to mention it here or there. But if you haven't clicked on a video in a while, that might be a question you might have. So I would throw this on my griddle, like I said. We just got a black stove not too long ago, but I didn't want to run out and get propane. I wanted to make my food really quickly and eat it. So I sent my husband out for propane when he got home later this day. This is a really great make ahead summery meal prep. I just feel like anytime during the summer, the more veggies that you can add, the more color, the better. I feel like when it comes to summertime, I don't really want to cook a lot. I don't want to eat a lot of warm foods. I tend to go for salads, cold pasta salads, anything that I can make ahead, pop in the refrigerator, eat cold. We do a lot of smoothies. This was super delicious. I highly recommend making this, and I'll share with you what we had on the side with this because I am breaking down the components a little bit differently today for today's video. If you are new here, I don't press my tofu. I always just get the extra firm and I drain it. It's just how I like to eat it. But if you do like to press your tofu, go for it. If you like to pat it dry, go for it. I just feel like it cooks so well this way. This is just a really simple way of cooking tofu, and I'm kind of OCD, I guess, with my cutting. I like to cut it into 8 pieces per block. I don't know. You cut it any way you want. I don't know why I always do this. Maybe because I always think like, oh, I'm going to eat this many pieces for a portion. Whatever. But I just spray a little bit of avocado spray into my pan, and then I put tahini on it, cook it for a couple minutes each side so it's like a little bit crispy. It's so, so good right away when it's fresh, but it also reheats really well, and you can reheat it on the stovetop, in the air fryer, on the griddle, whatever you want. Tofu is a really great way to get a lot of protein in, and I feel like the extra firm is the highest protein I can find. It's also one of the ones I like the most. My favorite are this brand, the Target Extra Firm, and then Smith's, which is like the Kroger company. If you have a Kroger near you, they have an Extra Firm that I really like. And then my absolute favorite is the high protein tofu from Trader Joe's, but the last few times I've been at Trader Joe's, they haven't had it in stock, so I don't know. Someone mentioned that they might have stock issues right now, but those are my 3 favorites. So if you haven't tried tofu, as long as it has a lot of seasoning on it, I feel like it can be really, really good. It's better when it's fresh, but you can reheat it, and it's super simple. In the last 4 years of having this channel, I have made chickpea tuna salad or chickpea salad or chickenless salad so many different ways. It is a summer staple in our house. I love it. It is great to use as a dip with veggies, which is kind of what I'm doing here. You'll see at the end, it is great to put in pitas, on toast, on bread, in tortillas. Did I already say that? You can do this so many different ways. Add lettuce. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And it's really high in protein because of the chickpeas. Again, if you don't want to use the fage yogurt that I'm using, you can use the high protein Kite Hill plant-based protein and get a lot of extra protein in it. I did grab 2 containers here because I was going to split it into 2, but then I was like, you know what, I don't want to waste another dish and wash it, so we're just going to pop it into one. All you have to do is blend it up. I think it's the best when it's refrigerated for a little bit, so I try to always put it in the fridge to chill for at least a day before I enjoy it. And then, like I said, I decided to dip a lot of veggies in this because that sounded really good, really satisfying. But you can make this into a sandwich or put it on lettuce and eat it as like an actual salad if you want to. I know there are like hundreds of different variations on how to make chickenless, chickpea tuna salad, whatever you want to call it. There's a million different names for it. And a lot of times I just put mustard and relish with it and call it a day. A little bit of salt. If you like pepper, I get questions all the time about why I don't use pepper. I don't even allow pepper in my house. I do not like pepper at all. So we don't have pepper in my house. My poor husband, because he actually likes pepper, but he's so sweet to me. He knows that it just gives me honestly, it gives me terrible migraines just smelling it. So I cannot have it around. So even looking at it, I feel like I get yucky. So
I get a lot of questions like, why don't you use pepper? Because I can't. I don't like it. But you can also add like red grapes to this salad. It's really good. I've been super into green grapes recently because they've been really, really crunchy and sour. So that's like a fun favorite of mine on the side. But I just feel like anytime I make a chickpea salad, I have to have a lot of veggies with it. And I just feel like that's really summery. So I wanted to encourage you, if you haven't tried it, you definitely should. It's really, really good. And you can make it so many different ways. I will link a couple recipes down below in the description box, so check those out along with today's.
Okay, let's go over what we're having for lunch this week. I am bulk meal prepping. As you can see, I'm not putting it into containers because I'm home on maternity leave. So we have the tofu. I still have 4 other blocks of tofu that I want to use for a different recipe. So I eat 3 at a time. So this is 4 meals. My husband will eat like usually double. So it's nice to have it so we can both have meals on hand. This will go with the street corn salsa. I mean, it's my take on street corn, but this is going to be a meal together. And honestly, I will eat this cold and reheat this just in the microwave. But like I said, I'm just bulk meal prepping this. This is so good. I actually really love the mashed avocado in there. I would honestly add some jalapenos to that. I mean, sky's the limit with this, but this is super, super good, and I just tried it warm. So highly recommend, but this is one of the lunches. Now the other lunch, as you saw, I made like a chickpea tuna, if you will, or a chicken salad, and I will eat that with the veggies and grapes and a side of guac. So will my husband. And I also have some rice cakes on hand if we want to add some rice cakes. I also have pitas, but I really wanted to do a veggie focused kind of like bento box and just having like different dips, protein and a fat source, and some veggies. This will be another meal. Now this I would probably only divide into 3 meals if I'm being honest, because I only grabbed 1 can of chickpeas, but I'm just looking for lunches for a few days. So if you are one person, 3 meals plus 4 meals, that's a whole week of lunches and not very much money spent, and a ton of fruits and veggies and, you know, a lot of good nutrients. So that is what we prep for the week. And I'm super excited for these summer meals. I'm gonna put all this in the refrigerator and we are done. It took me less than 20 minutes to do all of this, which I'm pretty happy with. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. What is your favorite thing to eat during the summertime? Are you a fruit? Are you a veggie person? Are you someone that's always cooking on the grill? Let me know down in the comments below what's your favorite thing to eat this summer. I have an entire series that I have started called $1 Meals. I will link the playlist down below. I've posted quite a few of them by now and we'll be adding to them, but I love getting new ideas. So if you guys let me know your favorite meal, then maybe hopefully I can make it for $1. If it's not already $1, I can kind of recreate it and it gives me some inspiration. So thank you so much for adding your favorite meal down in the comments. But that's it for today's video. I will see you next time in a new one. Bye.